Welcome to another edition of the alteregos.com training tutorial videos. In today's tutorial, we are going to be discussing the recent problems, if you will, with the McAfee antivirus engine. And as you can see on the screen, it's all across the news. And for those of you that may not be aware, McAfee released a update to their antivirus engines, and it deleted the svchost.exe off of XP engines, and has therefore caused numerous problems for worldwide organizations. And what we're here to do today is to try and show you how, using the Altiris deployment solution, we can take and easily fix this problem for companies out there experiencing it. And as we can see here, some people are claiming that it is going to take a hands-on approach to every affected system, but we're here to tell you that with Altiris Deployment Solution, we do not have to physically touch every system. So first things first, let's get into the deployment solution. So first thing, let's go ahead and get into the deployment solution. Bring up my console, and standard console for the deployment solution. Now, what we're going to want to do is we will want to go to the Altiris knowledge base. So let me pull up my browser. Let me go ahead and type in kb.altiris.com. Now, what we are going to want to do is to type in the article ID number, which I knew off the top is 52533. We'll do a search, and it'll bring up McAfee rebooting Windows XP systems fixed via deployment solution. Go through, gives us what it applies to, the problem, the symptom, the environment, cause, resolution. The important thing that you're going to want to pay attention to in this knowledge base article, over on the right hand side, there is an attachment. It's called McAfeeFix.zip. We're going to want to download that to our deployment solution. Now, for the purposes of the video, I've already done that. Now, what I'm going to want to do is go to my deployment solution console. I'm going to want to go to File, Import, Export, Import Job. Now, what I've done here is I've gone ahead and opened my import job, but just to give you a little bit of background information, I downloaded the zip file from the knowledge base article, and I uncompressed it onto my deployment server into a directory under the Express share. Not a problem here. Now, all I'm doing here in this job is pointing to that uncompressed folder. So I'm going to browse out to it. We can already see we're there. My McAfeeFix.bin is what we're going to be looking for. Select Open. Click OK, and now we have a McAfee Fix job. So it's just a run script job, and what it's doing is it's telling our systems out there that we're targeting to take and boot into a pre-boot environment. In this particular case, it's going to be a Linux pre-boot, and I'll show you that. Highlight my run script, select Modify, and you can see that we choose the script operating system as Linux, and in the run script, we're telling it it's going to copy an updated DAT file and to restore the svchost executable. Basically requires 2 lines for our Linux script to run. Now, there are a couple of options that we can do here as well. We can target systems that are already managed by the deployment solution, or we can go through and we can set up what we call an initial deployment. I'm not going to run through and show you how to do that in this video. It can take a little bit of time, but just be aware what our initial deployment will allow you to do is to let the deployment solution target any system that it does not manage that hits your network. How is this beneficial? It basically means that if this is a new installation, maybe you decided, hey, I need to get the Altiris deployment solution in my environment now to fix this thing as quickly as possible, and I didn't have it before, not a problem. We'll take and go ahead, say, hit every single one of these systems out there. It'll take and replace the svchost.exe file on all your Windows XP systems and replace the DAT file. Then you can tell the systems to reboot out of the Linux pre-boot OS back into the Windows operating system, and the operating systems that were down due to this problem or were in a non-working state will now be in a working state. Really, that is it. That is how simple it is to take and fix this very troublesome problem that McAfee has caused for their end users to be able to be done through the Altiris deployment solution. Thank you for the time in watching this video. Hope you come back and watch more. Have a great day.